Hey everyone, this is going to be a little bit of an Illustrator tutorial specifically designed for using Illustrator to draw objects for the laser cutter. I'm using a Trotec laser cutter and this page size has been specifically set up for the machine that I have access to. You really want to make sure that you've got access, that you know what size to set up your page for your machine, because that is often quite important. So the first thing, guys, just a little bit of a run around the interface. Those of you who have used other Adobe Suite programs in the past will notice that some things look pretty similar. The grey here is like you've got a desktop with nothing on it. The white is like you've got a piece of paper sitting on your desktop. So the white is your workspace, I suppose. Some important tools over here on the left with the toolbar. You've got your black selection tool and your white direct selection tool. Those two are really important. If you haven't learned anything about it before, you will get really confused between those two. So I'm going to teach you about those. I very rarely use either of the pen tools, so I skip over them. I predominantly use the shape tool. So we've got rectangle. If you press and hold, it comes to ellipse. That's for drawing circles as well. Polygon, star, and lines. Text tool can be useful. All right, and that's about it for the sake of what I'll be showing you. Over here with our color swatches, this is important. So in Photoshop, for example, you've got the two color swatches that allow you to work with two colors at a time. We've got the stroke, which is like the outline of an object, and we've got the fill color. It will preset default to this with a black stroke and a white prefill. My preference, guys, it doesn't absolutely have to be this, but my preference is to set with the infill as nothing. Now, when you're laser cutting, black and gray tones will be recognized by the laser cutter as an etch or engrave line. Okay. Now, when you do black, that will be like full intensity. And then if you've got grayscales associated with that, it will wind the intensity down from there. Now, probably what you're going to want to do, rather than etching, because we're not doing sort of decorative stuff at this point, probably what you're going to want to do is set the stroke outline to actually red. Now, the easiest way to do that, just to make sure that you get the right red, is double click on that stroke outline. And we want the red to be right as red can be, which is like the best red as far as the laser cutter is concerned. So that is red 255, green 0, blue 0. Okay, that's really important. Red 255, green 0, blue 0. Just press OK. The next bit of important stuff is that the stroke weight wants to be 0.01. All right. Now, I will warn you, as I'm working here, guys, the 0.01 will not show up terribly well on the screen. Some of you might need to draw stuff as a 1 point line and then change everything at the end. Okay. Now, the way I've got things set up at the moment, I've got it on the layout. Okay. When you open it up, it might be on essentials, and you're going to find that some of these things that I will use will not be available to you. So I always make sure that you're on layout. Also, the align tools, which are super important, and the pathfinder tools, super important to have open available to you. So as such, what I would suggest that you do is go to Window and find Align and Pathfinder there. Those are the majority of the tools that you'll want to use when setting up Illustrator for using the laser cutter. So I'll show you how to use Illustrator and the laser cutter in future videos.